Community. Not isolated, but a place to feel completed, where family is possible and always around. Home to people of all colors and honors. Something to cherish and something to hold, a place to feel comfortable and call your home. Despite the challenges we have faced, this is the place where we are all laid, learn to grow, as a kid sat down and learned to throw. Where everything was so easy, and as we knew it, so breezy. The moments and memories we all hold, and in the future unfold to become stronger and push ourselves harder. Even though it becomes harder to conquer what's truly within, and your patience may grow thin. Thicker than thinner. It's harder to breathe. It's harder to see. It's all black. I'm telling myself to get up. The true meaning behind school that we all know is not true.
My name is Keisha Sparks. Everyone mostly goes to me by Kiki. And I have my own business called Black Lux Collection.
What is the Black Lux Collection?
Well, as of right now, we have various different styles of lashes, lip gloss, and other cosmetic products. And we are now developing and expanding into accessories as well.
What is your advice for other young black entrepreneurs?
Keep pushing. It's very hard at first. I mean, it's gonna keep being hard, but definitely keep going down the road and motivate yourself.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Hopefully, my first year in medical school, because I want to be a neurosurgeon. That's the long run. Definitely my business growing more and more and more, and that's really about it.
When did you start your business and why?
I started my business during the height of quarantine. My job basically shut down because it's an in-person job, and I had some savings left, but I was like, let's just do something. So it's really like, people are very, like, your new business, people are just very itsy and just kind of watching you. So I definitely say just keep thriving and keep putting yourself out there as much as possible. Some people might find it annoying, but those are the people that are more interested or more likely to buy your product. Just keep pushing and pushing and pushing yourself out there.
You being in Churchill and still in school, how has the people around you impacted you yourself?
Well, I like to surround myself around good people, people that will motivate me, and I surround myself with people so I'm able to motivate them.
Really educate people on what we're going through as black young students and entrepreneurs. So if there's anything you'd like to say, what would you tell somebody that would ever doubt you, or what would you tell someone now that you wouldn't have told them in the past?
Definitely keep going on, and don't let any criticism or you mind if I curse, but don't say, don't let disrespect ruin your day. Keep going. That's the stuff that should motivate you.
Okay. It was nice speaking to you, Kiki. Thank you for coming and giving me your time.
No problem.
My name is Airden. I'm the producer of the film. Wanted you to introduce yourself.
Okay, so my name is Lentina, and I'm the face of A Ray of Sunshine, and I grew up on Churchill Drive. I think my experience was okay until I got to high school, honestly. I think that's when the situation, when it comes to being, like, I would say black in high school, it's a different situation than.
It's changed a little bit. Now we have a Black Student Union program. So
Okay.
That's actually the shirt I'm wearing. But Fenton Simmons is running it now. So he is our Afrocentric teacher. He deals with all the black students. But have you ever felt like you had to hide yourself or try and be something you're not to fit in?
I don't think I had to hide myself. I think I had to go above and beyond to make it like even half of what I wanted to do. Like the average white student can do half of what I can do, but they will go further.
Did you feel like that was necessary? Would you have any regrets of doing that now?
I don't think I have regrets. I think looking back that I could have probably spoke out better. That's why I think it's a great opportunity that they're giving you guys a platform to actually speak about it. I graduated in 2018. It's 2021. So the fact it took this long to get like somebody to acknowledge the system is a bit crazy, but it's good that it's happening. Mm-hmm. I think there needs to be doors that open specifically for Black people because, like I've stated, the average white student literally can be on the honors list and you could be there beside them and you won't be chosen.
Mm-hmm. Is there any advice you would give me to go forward?
I would say don't let anything stop you. And no matter what somebody actually says, like someone could say your painting is bad. That's cool. That's artistry. Mm-hmm. If they're not going to give you constructive criticism to say you could do this better, I'd probably brush it off. And I completely agree. I feel like you are a product of your environment. Mm-hmm. And if they have nothing to provide for the kids in Churchill, they need to expect there's going to be trouble there.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest situations.
Yeah. So I definitely thank you for having your time. I loved it. It is a very good interview. I actually have Lariah to interview next week.
Okay.
Next week. But I appreciate it. It was awesome hearing from you, a strong Black woman with a strong Black business. And
thank you.
I just hope that in the future we can move forward and get the young students more to make them successful. Because, being Black it's not something that we chose to be. It's also just a color. We all still bleed the same color.
Our mission statement is to find solutions and help with racial problems within our school and advocate for Black excellence and Black students within our school as well. Really just speaking up about the issues, because if you're not voicing them, then they're not going to get solved, And with us being the minorities, it's going to be harder for us to make the solutions possible and solve those issues. So being the voice definitely helps, because without the voice there's no solution. So we pretty much jumped on the high horse as soon as possible, and we felt like no one was here to help us besides our African Nova Scotian support worker and 2 other Black teachers, because they could relate to us. One of the things that we very much vouched for was Afrocentric learning, whether that's Afrocentric learning in every course or subject, or actually bring in an Afrocentric cohort, which means Afrocentric learning to me isn't just learning about Black people and African roots and things like that. It's also learning as a family, For example, our maths and our Englishes are different levels. You have your math at work, math essential, math at the academic, and your IB courses, even that. So where you're at different levels, everyone's kind of on one level or the other. But when you have things like an Afrocentric cohort, you're learning together as a family. You're going on the next level and the next level and the next level together. Really, our biggest target, in my opinion, is reaching out to junior highs and getting the grade 9s that are going on to grade 10, the newcomers, to join our group. Because the more people we have, the better it's going to be, and the more things we can get done. We're more than just a group in our school, I feel like some kids or teachers from our school are going to watch this interview and be like, they're just a group. No, we're honestly a family. We laugh together, we cry together. If other Black students in our school are coming to seek advice from one of us, or just a shoulder to cry at, or a person to laugh with, we're always there for each other, no matter what. I mean, some of us may have arguments in the group, petty little arguments or little fights, but that's what it is when you're brothers and sisters, Yeah, thanks.
name is Aretha Panton.
What is your connection with the community and the Boys and Girls Club?
I've been living in Churchill area since my daughter was almost 2. She's 22 now, so it's been a couple years. She came to the Boys and Girls Club when she was going through school, and she works here now. And she went to all the schools in the area, as do all my kids. And that's it.
Could you tell us a bit about your family and how you fit into the community?
Well, I have 5 kids, 3 girls and 2 boys. And like I said, we've been living here for like 20 years plus. And they all go to the schools in the area. I had, like, all my family lived here. So we're pretty much Churchill bound, yeah. That's us.
What is your experience with the school systems within your children or you when you were younger?
It was good at first until you hit junior high school. For my oldest daughter, she ran into some racism problems. And then in PA, Prince Andrew, she went there and there was a lot of racism problems there that we had some conflicts and confrontations. I have a son now who a couple years ago had an incident at the school from being bullied, and he reacted and the cops got called on him, and that was just a big issue all in itself. So it's not very good. I did everything I could myself. Like, I called the MLA, the premier, I talked to the school board, the teachers, the principals. I did everything but do what I really wanted to do, which wouldn't have been a good scenario. So, and it got me nowhere really. Still basically going through the same stuff. I mean, I have no good situation with the school, so I try not to go there as much as possible.
Did they ever listen to your opinions when you voiced them, or did they ever solve any issues with your children?
Did they do anything about it? No. They didn't solve nothing at all. Everything is, oh, we're going to get on that, or we'll fix it, or we're going to talk to so-and-so, or you always get the runaround. They don't fix anything. They say they're going to, and then you don't hear from them, and you call them, and it's just nothing. So it's pretty much a waste of time.
What do you think personally needs to be changed about the school systems or our community?
Realize that being black is not a crime. All black people are not criminals. We're not rapists. We're not whatever they think we are. We're not. We have feelings. We matter. What we have to say is just as important. And they're doing a little bit better, I guess, with the black advocate workers in the schools, but you what to do so much because their hands are tied. So it's pretty much, we're basically on our own. You can't get help from nowhere. You handle stuff on your own, you get in trouble. So we need something. We need somebody.
How has the community welcomed you? When you first got here, how were your feelings about it?
Nervous because Churchill back then had like a bad reputation. And then when I got here, wasn't all like they said it was. It was, I felt comfortable. I felt at home. I've never had problems here until my kids got older and got into school, which is where my problems lie. My kids have no problems with like other kids or anything like that. So basically the problems here I find is in the schools. So other than that, it was good. I think everybody should know that Churchill's reputation isn't as bad as people make it out. Like I said, there's a lot of families that live here, so everybody looks out for everybody pretty much. Like if my kids are down the street doing something wrong, there's always someone there to tell me. So, you know what I mean? It doesn't get out of hand. So it's like we got each other's backs because we have to have each other's backs. Nobody else is going to do it for us. So it's what we do.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate your time. We took this time out of our days to film this documentary to really show people that community is a place where you should feel safe and connected. And I feel like Churchill is our home. It's where we're safe and connected and everybody's looking out for each other. It's where most of the mothers lie and where all the children's lie. It's where family is, and it's a family orientated community. And I feel like the reputation isn't what it seems to be. You don't know something until you really walk in it. And I feel like once you walk in Churchill, you are really welcomed. And it's safe and really loving.
Yep. Thank you for having me.
It started basically with our protest we had over a lot of the racial inequality at our school, with teachers saying racial slurs. But I feel like the group truly started with the people that use the Black African Nova Scotian support room the most, like Kiki and I, and Asia, Makaya, and Essence, the other girls in our group. And I feel like that's what really jump-started us working together. And we put the protest together, and that was our really, like, our push to start the Black Student Union. Us forming good relationships with our allied teachers to help project our voice louder to be seen by our faculty helped us a lot. Us having to define ourselves like separately from student council and then other Black students that weren't apart from our group, everyone was just grouping all the Black students into the Black Student Union when it was actual members and like an actual crew. We're helping our teachers unlearn their biases, and that's helping us a lot. And even the students unlearning their racial biases that they've had towards us and making it a more safer environment to feel comfortable to learn. I'm sort of like the media creator, the content creator of the Black Student Union. And I feel like since we're in COVID, our big goal right now is creating content on our social media to make it more accessible to other students, because not everyone knows what's going on right now. And we need to create tutoring that's online through Google Meets for our students to be more accessible. Thank you for inviting us on.
They say school is to learn, but that's where my thoughts take a turn. School is where we earn medals on how to be successful. Yet that success they teach us is how to be dishonest and deceive our true passions and trust. Because school has become a place where everything is about race. Where racism has become a bashing of all color, race, and creed, teaching us how to be rude and deceive our own kind. They made it into our heads that it's a trait of mine. They take the person I was and mold it into their own creation. But what is a creation if not truly created or creative? That is what the system lacks, and instead of helping, it covers its dirty tracks. They try so hard, but that's not enough. Demolishing teens, but they say we tried? Well, we tried is not enough to recreate the wonderful souls once forgotten. Yet our community has to pick up the damage once left behind. But a smile is what it leaves with me on mine. On my face and in my space, it's happiness that my community creates. To divide and conquer, and with that, I am left stronger.